card reading. Now, I initially named this channel Empath Butterflies Tarot because I wanted people who listened and subscribed to the channel, so please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, to actually gain clarity as well as heal from any type of trauma or pain that they endured. And I don't know if you noticed, but I changed the title of, what I'm actually called, because initially, as time has progressed, I realized that I like to empower and inspire, not just do tarot, yes, right, because I love tarot, but at the same time, I like to inspire and empower others to become the best version of themselves. I find it so important. And I renamed my channel Empath Butterflies Spiritual Life Coaching. So we're going to be looking at something that could trigger some of you, right? But if it does, then you can return at another time. So I'm going to give you a moment to choose which pile you are drawn to. You can choose pile 1, which is represented by the clear quartz stone, pile 2, which is represented by the black onyx stone, and pile 3, which is represented by the tiger's eye. Now, think of something that you find hard to move forward from, right? And it could be something that's going on in the now. It could be something that you feel like it pops up sometimes in your mind and you just want to lay it to rest. So this is going to be one of those readings, butterflies. So I'm going to give you a moment to choose and we get cracking on with your reading. Okie dokie. Let's go to pile number 1. Let's go to pile number 1. Okay. So the first question, pile number 1, for those of you that chose the clear quartz, is how does this trauma impact your life? So we've got the Page of Swords. Okay, so I feel like this trauma may actually impact your life in a sense of you may keep obsessing about this particular thing, or I'm hearing a person. So you may be checking up online to see if a person is progressing, or if a person is progressing or doing well. And I'm getting a sense that for some of you, this could be an ex-partner, and you may have felt like this individual done you wrong. You may have divorced this person, and you may have felt like you came off with the short end of the stick. And you may have been hearing stories from people that like, such and such, they're doing this now, or such and such is dating this person now. And you're just thinking to yourself, where's the justice in this? Where's the justice in this? Because my Page of Swords card is actually my Libra card for me personally. And Libra actually represents a justice card in a tarot. So I feel like how this trauma may impact your life is that you want justice, and that's rightly so, especially if someone's done something to you, because I believe in karma, and I believe if you do bad to someone, then the same should return. So I feel like how it's impacting you is that you could be obsessively watching to see if this person has received some sort of karma, or there's something around that. And you could be obsessively watching this individual. And this is how it's impacting you, because it's not allowing you to get on with your life. And it's not allowing you to focus on becoming a better version of yourselves. Because by you watching and obsessing, does this person get the karma yet? Or, I want to see what this person's up to. It's restricting you. It's inhibiting you. So it's actually holding you back, because I once heard from, I think I spoke to one of my sisters, and she was saying to me, the thing with certain people is that they can do bad things to you and they'll just get on with their life. You could, stay stuck in the energy of I'm hearing being fixated or stuck in the energy of what they did to you, and feeling that hurt, and that's normal, right? But for me personally, it's about transmuting that pain, because sometimes when people do bad things to us, they genuinely don't care sometimes, and that is a very hard thing to digest, right? Some of them, they actually don't care, and they want you to be in the energies of feeling sad, or feeling stuck, of being downtrodden and burdened. They want you to be in that energy, and they just get on with their life. And it's when I spoke to my sister, and she said that, I just thought to myself, well, how can people do it? But there are actually some people out there that are like that, and I feel like you could be in that energy, and I understand, because I've been in that energy before, of trying to understand why the person done this to you, and Spirit is saying to release it, and shift the focus onto yourself, because there's an energy of you just fixating on them. Do they know what they did? I want to see it happen to them. That's taking the power away from yourself. So how is this trauma affecting you and it's impacting your life? Is because the energy that you could be pouring into yourself and empowering yourself. And that's not to say that what they did was right, but you can turn that and shift that energy and transmute that pain into something beautiful. And it's taken away the attention from them, and it's putting back into you, because generally these people like the attention on them, whether it's good or bad. And by you focusing, it's giving them what they want. So it's impacting your life, because it's not allowing you to shift the focus back onto yourself. Giving your power away by fixating and obsessing is giving them what they actually want and taken away from you. So that's how it's impacting your life. It can keep you quite stuck, right? And I'm just saying this because I've been there before, right? So I'm not sitting here acting, holier than thou. I've been in that energy before, right? So I understand wholeheartedly. So let's move on to the next question. What emotions do you carry with this trauma? Okay. I feel like someone wronged you in a sense of, in regards to money. So I feel for some of you, you may have split up with someone. Could have been an ex-partner. For some of you, it could be, again, I feel like some of you may have been married. Not for all of you. I don't know why I'm hearing sister. Someone may have taken money from you. You may have got cheated out of some, maybe inheritance for some of you. But the emotions that you can carry, the emotions that you can carry with this trauma is that you may feel less than. You may feel, if I was a certain way, if I looked a certain way, and I'm hearing like it could be a relationship situation. If I was a certain way, if I, looked this specific way, if I had this specific job, if I acted this way, then that wouldn't have happened to me. This person would have done that to me. So I'm hearing for some of you that this individual that you were with, unfortunately, I'm hearing fortunately for some of you, right, stepped out on you. And the reason why I say fortunately is because Spirit didn't want you to be with this type of person. They weren't deserving of your energy and what you possess within. Now, going back to the fact of you thinking, if I was a specific way, this wouldn't have happened to me. Spirit is saying it doesn't matter how you are, how you showed up. That person wasn't in alignment with you. You can be the most perfect person, and if someone is not ready energetically, they still won't be accepting of you. And as hard as that sounds, because it's happened to me, right? It's happened to me. And what then happens is you try to overcompensate to try and make the person see you in the light that you feel that you are in. And then when it's still not accepted, you can start depleting yourself, chipping away at yourself, and Spirit is saying the emotions that you carry with this trauma is feeling less than. And that's not true. That's not true, because you were showing up in the best way that you knew how to, and the other person was showing up in the best way that they knew how to. and it wasn't in alignment, and spirit may have intervened in this situation because they knew that you both were not in alignment. And it doesn't make you feel less than, because if it's a situation in regards to money, money doesn't equate to your value. Your values are represented by your morals, how you treat other people, yeah, what you possess within, because what you possess within is worth more than silver and gold, honestly. Because if you have a rich character and if you have a rich essence, you will eventually attract silver and gold. You will eventually attract the right people. And some of you are thinking, but how come I attracted this energy vampire or this psychopath? Maybe you were brought into that person's life to teach them that there is other ways to navigate the world. You don't have to be toxic, and all of us can be toxic from time to time, but you could have been dealing with someone that was extremely toxic towards you and made you feel less than, may have belittled you, because they were basically projecting how they felt about themselves onto you see. And then what happened is you may have embraced this energy that they conjured up and wore it as a coat, if that makes sense, right? But the thing is, it was designed to break you down, because this person, they saw your worth. So if it was a situation in regards to money, this person was insecure about what you can possess outwardly. I'm looking at the wall now. I'm actually channeling this individual. They could foresee that eventually you could possibly eclipse them in regards to your career. You could possibly make more money than them. You could possibly get a better partner than them. It's not a comparison thing, but it's what I'm picking up. So someone could have been competing with you and they may have cheated you out of money. Someone could have been, in a relationship with you and they went out with somebody to make you feel insecure, because they were probably insecure, by being with you. They may have felt that you should be with someone else, and they projected that insecurity onto you to make you start to, look at yourself negatively. But it was their insecurities. Okay, so the emotions that you carry with this trauma is feeling a lack of. If I didn't do that, then this wouldn't have happened. If I had more money, then they would have stayed. Or if I there's something about money here, and maybe somebody cheating you out of some sort of contract, or not paying you when they said they were going to pay, or doing a job with someone and they didn't pay you. There's something here. And you may have felt that, okay, it's because they don't value me. No, it's because they don't value themselves. And there was something within them that made, and this, obviously, I feel it was probably a entity attachment that they had, the energy of greed, or the energy of lust is what I'm hearing, or the energy of deep insecurity, because this individual felt that, and still feels that, you are abundant, you are beautiful, you are stable, you can do it on your own, you don't need me. And because of that fact, you don't need me, this is why they chose to do what they did. If it's in regards to inviting someone else into the situation, is what I'm picking up. It was due to their insecurity that they projected onto you. So Spirit is saying not to wear this person's energy, not to take it on. Look at the attributes that you have within self, and some of the attributes that you have within self are someone that is independent, someone that is established, someone that is stable. It's almost as if this individual wanted to shake your foundations, right? And you got to look at, why do they do that? Oh, it's because I am stable. I can take care of myself. I can, run a successful business. I can hold down a good job. You got to look at the good attributes about yourself and focus on that, right? So let's go to the next question. How does this trauma affect how I see myself? Okay, so you could be dealing with a Leo, or you could be a Leo, a Taurus, or you could be a Taurus, a Libra, or you could be a Libra. So this trauma is not letting you see how amazing you are. You are so bright, and you know, you may be thinking, oh, if I was so bright, then why would that happen to me? But you radiate so much light, so much positivity. People are drawn to you, animals are drawn to you. If you've got children, you could be a fantastic parent. You always manage to retain your, you know, inner child. You always nurture, I should say, your inner child, right? And you are very creative, and I'm hearing like your energy spills over wherever you go. It's almost like you shine your light wherever you go. I always say that to people: shine your light wherever you go. You generally shine your light wherever you go. You know, you can get some people and you can just see a cloud. I mean, it can happen to all of us regarding what we're going through, right? Because some of us could be going through deep trauma. But I feel like even when you are experiencing your trauma, you still maintain that light. You don't allow what you're going through to have an effect on other people. You know, I was saying to someone, you know, a lot of people say hurt people hurt people. I think that term is very wrong. I think hurt people actually heal people, or hurt people should heal people. Because if you've experienced a certain pain and trauma, why would you want others to feel that pain and trauma? And if you felt that pain or a specific pain or trauma, then it gives you the tools to help or to understand somewhat what someone else is doing, and you can maybe use the tools that you use to heal to help others. Okay, and that's how we help to heal others, and then eventually help to heal the world, right? So I feel like you have a very healing effect on others, and you generally like to uplift others. You generally like others to feel positive and great about themselves. And the thing is, because you do that, Spirit is saying you need to see the positive attributes about yourself. How does this trauma affect how you see yourself? This trauma, for some of you, I don't really feel like this trauma that you're experiencing is actually, you know, for some of you, yes, it has had a knock on effect on your confidence. Am I not good enough? What's wrong with me? There's nothing wrong with you. Part number one is everything right with you. Okay? That's a fact. And I feel as if for some of you, this trauma that you've experienced, and it could have been a rejection, it could have been in regards to, you know, money or a relationship. I feel that it's actually has catapulted you into some sort of creativity, or catapulted you into healing yourself and focusing on your self-love. So I don't really feel for you that this has actually had a negative outlook on how you view yourself. So you do still see yourself as someone that is bright, someone that is positive, someone that is desiring to be happy despite this trauma, someone that still believes in a brighter tomorrow. So you still have that abundant positive outlook, and you still see yourself as deserving, which is great, and someone that is happy, or you're striving towards things or people that make you happy. It's almost as if you're turning your back on this trauma, and you're vowing not to let this actual trauma have an effect on your confidence. And not to say that it didn't before, because I feel like it may have done. You may have been obsessing about the situation, the whys, the ifs, and all the rest of it. But it's almost, see how she's got a back turn. It's like, okay, it is what it is, isn't it? I've got to move forward. I've got to focus on myself. You know, I got to focus on becoming a better version of myself, and I will eventually attract the right people and situations to me. Okay, so what energy do you need to release? Okay, so it could be a love situation. Yeah. So Spirit is saying that this could be in regards to a friendship as well. Doesn't have to be a romantic situation. So it could be quite heavy, because this could have been a deep soulmate connection. You know, you felt like you met a true soulmate. This is like kindred spirit vibes is what I'm picking up. Kindred spirit vibes. And you really thought you and this individual mirrored each other. And Spirit is saying that's the beauty of you, seeing the beauty in another, because you know that you wouldn't treat another the way that this person treated you, whether it's a friend, it could have been a mother for some of you, it could have been a ex-partner. You know that you wouldn't treat you know that you wouldn't treat an individual the way that this person treated you. And that says a lot about your character, pile number one. And it is hard, it is hard, especially when you value another person and you expect them to value you in the same way, and then you realize, hold on a minute, it's a one-sided thing. So Spirit is saying what energy you need to release is releasing, maybe putting people on a pedestal, understanding that everyone's human, as well as, and it's not to take anything away from what you've experienced, right? But understanding that just because we wouldn't do or treat someone in a certain way doesn't mean other people think the same. And that's okay, but doesn't mean that we have to accept that. Spirit is also saying to have discernment, because there may have been red flags that you chose to ignore, and Spirit is asking you, why did you choose to ignore it? And I'm hearing for some of you, because I wanted to see the best in this individual. I didn't want to believe that they could be this way. And also look at why the person chose to operate in that way. Where was it coming from? Maybe that individual wasn't going through the best of times in their life. Maybe they were going through their own traumas. Not to take it personally. Yes, they done it to you, and no one's taking that away from you and the pain that it caused you. But look at it in hindsight to see that it wasn't personal. Whoever done this thing to you was going through their own turmoil, and they acted out in the way that they felt was the best way that they should act out in. And they have to face the consequences of that. You, however, have to maintain your dignity, your pride, and be proud of yourself to know that, okay, they chose, because it's a choice. They chose to treat me that way. And I choose not to accept it. And just because they treated me that way doesn't mean I am going to treat myself in that way. It says a lot about themselves. It says a lot about their character. I choose not to be around someone that operates in that character. These types of people are not for me. So I need to put myself first and take myself away. What energies do you need to release? The energies of feeling guilty. You saw the best in this individual. So to forgive yourself for seeing the best in this individual. Don't be too hard on yourself, because you were just viewing this person, or this, you were just viewing this person in the way that, you internally view yourself. Someone that's trustworthy, someone that's loyal and loving, so you need to release any guilt attached to that, because that says a lot about your character and the way you view the world. Obviously, have discernment. And that's the thing. Some of you could be thinking, how could I not see that this person was doing that to me? How could I allow this person to manipulate me in that way? And Spirit is asking you to release it's almost like you're feeling embarrassed, you're feeling, it's like it's like you're feeling as if, how did I let this pass? And Spirit wants you to release that and not, beat yourself down about it, because, to be honest with you, I'm sensing that anyone in your situation wouldn't have suspected that this person would have done something like this, especially if it's someone that you had a deep connection with, because something led up to, there was something that intervened in this connection. Something or someone intervened into this connection, and it was to test this person, and this person didn't They didn't complete the assignment. And this could have been money. This could have been another person, an opportunity. Maybe you and a person decided to create some sort of business together, and they felt that they found a better opportunity elsewhere, and they may have, you know, sided with another opportunity and left you out. Could be a person. Please take what resonates. And Spirit doesn't want you to think that there's anything wrong with you. Spirit wants you to understand that the same way you view the world and you have your goals and plans is the same way other people operate. They have their goals and plans. They have, you know, their plans and how they're going to, I'm here, strategize. You know, this person could be very strategic. They have their goals and plans in regards to how they're going to live their life in the best way that they know how. But if it's not in alignment with you, then you don't need to be around it. So how you can heal from this is to know that you don't have to be around someone or something that's not in alignment with you. You still have to stay true to yourself. Acknowledge what this person did. And don't be too hard on yourself for not suspecting that they were in this energy in the beginning, because you wasn't to know. And don't feel like, oh, you know, I have to close my heart. Not everyone is like this. How you can release from this is to know that not everyone is like this. For some of you, I'm also hearing that you may have to have a conversation with this person at some point and express how you feel, whether or not you want to, you know, make amends, or whether or not you want to actually say what you need to say to get it off your chest and walk away. And you don't have to give this person your cup anymore. You may have been giving this person your cup. You may have been giving and giving and giving and pouring into this connection. And Spirit is saying to hold back. This is how you can release from the situation, to pour that cup into self. And for some of you to walk away. Okay. So the energy that you need to release in this situation is to acknowledge your emotions, acknowledge your feelings, don't downplay them, and express your feelings, whether that's through writing or speaking to this person. And being aware that they operate in this energy as well. Not being blindsided again. Forgive yourself for not seeing before, but not being blindsided. See this person for who they really are, not for what you want them to be. Okay, so let's move on. How can I begin to move past this trauma? Yeah, okay, so we have the Nine of Swords. This is saying to me that this is very burdensome for you. It's keeping you up at night. You may have nightmares about this situation. You could be getting insomnia, unfortunately. So how you can move past this trauma is by maybe speaking about this to a counselor, because this has to come to an end, because it's having an effect on your mental well-being. So maybe speaking to a counselor will be very beneficial. Meditations, I'm also hearing subliminals will be very good for you as well. Reiki healing, definitely meditation, stress relief meditations will be very beneficial for you. You need to get a lot of rest. You need to drink more water. And as I say that, I'm going to drink some water myself. You need to get a lot of rest, because your mind could be obsessing about the situation, as mentioned before. You need to express, talk about what you're experiencing, or, you know, don't hold it in. And you will definitely maybe benefit from seeing a counselor. You could definitely benefit from seeing an intricative I'm saying that wrong. How can I be saying it wrong? Counselor, whereby they incorporate all three: counselling, where they incorporate three different counselling into one. So, for instance, they will do psychodynamic therapy with you, whereby they go into your past to see how it's affecting your future. They will do person centered to make you feel nurtured, cared for, so that it will all make you more easy to open up. You will feel that it's more easier, I should say, to open up, as well as CBT counseling, where they will give you homework to, because I'm hearing stress and anxiety. They'll give you homework so that you can do at home. So if you feel any triggers, you can do maybe some sort of deep breathing work. For some of you, tapping work could be beneficial for you as well. So if you feel like you get that pang of like panic, then there's some tapping exercises that you can do. I'll put a link below. I actually used that once, and it actually was very beneficial. It's like it taps away that butterfly feeling that you get when you start getting anxious, and it shifts your mind onto something else. Do you know why I'm hearing swimming? Some of you may need to start doing swimming again, or doing swimming. I'm definitely feeling that some of you need to take regular naps as well, and journal your thoughts and do meditation. That's one way that you can heal this trauma. Let's go on to the last question. A way you can change. What will change for you if you release this trauma? So what will change for you, pile number... What will actually change for you is you will find more opportunities, and you will be opened to more opportunities, because I feel like, again, with the first card, there's an energy of fixating and, overthinking, maybe looking and watching this person online, or, trying to find out what's going on in their world or something like that. But with this Seven of Cups, this to me is speaking about other opportunities. So shifting your focus off the situation onto yourself. There's a lot of projects that you may want to start up. Some of you may actually want to start creating. This could be singing, dancing, or just doing some sort of creative expression. This could be even sport. This could be maybe picking up a sport as a hobby, or just to keep fit. Maybe socializing more. Maybe dating other people for some of you. Maybe beautifying yourself is what I'm hearing, because I'm just hearing the word glamour. So maybe going and getting a pedicure, maybe treating yourself, getting your hair done, buying yourself flowers. I'm hearing Miley Cyrus, flowers. I love that song, right? But spending money on yourself, saving as well, is what I'm picking up. Shifting the energy onto you. Once you release this trauma and start focusing on yourself, you will start to find new possibilities, and you'll think to yourself, wow, when I was like fixating on that situation and that person, I didn't even think of anything else. But the minute you start to heal and you start to work through your trauma, you're going to start to uncover maybe hidden talents that you had, maybe talents that were quite dormant that you didn't tend to, and also I'm picking up for some of you, you could start dating, is what I'm picking up. There's a lot of like suitors out there, and maybe these suitors were always around, but because you were focused on this person, you wasn't paying them no mind. But you've got many options, and you'll start to see, hold on a minute, I've got like, that guy's all right, or that girl is fine. You'll start to see other options, because right now your mind could be quite clouded, and fixated on this one person or this situation. So a way that you can change if you release this trauma is that you'll see many possibilities that you wasn't looking at before. Now let's go to a little pick me up. I want to remind you as to why you are amazing. or why you are one of a kind. This is for my one of a kind deck that I'm going to actually turn into a real deck, right? When I get the chance to, but I will. I definitely will, right? It says you are one of a kind because you uplift others. Yes, Leo energy. You uplift others and help them to tap into their power. So the same way that you help uplift others and help them to tap into their power, use that same technique or those same techniques onto yourself. Do affirmations daily. The same thing and the same amazing qualities that you see in other people, those same qualities reside within you. Whether it means you get a mirror and you talk to yourself in the mirror and tell yourself how beautiful you are, become your own soulmate, pile number one. Become your own soulmate, okay? You are one of a kind because you radiate so much positivity, so much so that your energy uplifts those that are around you. Like I mentioned before, you are that type of person that when you're around other people, you radiate so much light, so much fun, so much positivity, so much joy. Like you are a vibe. You are a vibe, pile number one. You stand out from the rest. There is no other like you. Like you are a one-off. And if this person may have treated you less than, or if this person, took the money or dated someone else or whatever the case is, it's because they could see your worth. And it triggered something within them that made them feel less than. So they wanted to swap energies with you. They wanted you to feel like them, less than. And it's about holding on to your energy, maintaining your energy, standing in your power, walking in your truth, and just thinking, you know what? Just because they chose to treat me like that doesn't mean that I am less than. They feel a lack within self, and that's a them issue. I'm still going to maintain I'm still going to maintain who I am as a person. Yes, it hurts. Acknowledge the pain, acknowledge the hurt, but I'm still going to treat other people the way I want to be treated. I'm going to still treat myself with respect and love. And I will eventually attract the right people, places, situations, and opportunities to me. Pile number one. I hope that has been of help. Please remember who you are. You are amazing. You are magical. You are beautiful. You are deserving. You are worthy. You are one of a kind. I will speak to you soon. It's been an absolute pleasure. Peace out. Okie dokie. Let's move on to pile number two. Let's see. Pile number two. How does this trauma affect you? Okay. So you could be a Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, Mars, Venus, North, South Node, and Lilith. I feel like this trauma may affect you because you may feel like you are unable to give love. You don't see yourself as love. You may not see yourself as deserving of love. I feel like for some of you, this could be a love situation right here. I feel like for some of you that you could be so closed off from love to the point where someone is being of love towards you, you may shut it down, you may reject it, and you may feel like you're not deserving. And Spirit is coming through to say you are more than deserving. People want to give love to you because you radiate love. You are the embodiment of love. You have a kind, I'm hearing gooey center. You're very warm. You're very nurturing. You're very giving. And I feel like you could give a lot of love to other people, but when it's returned to you, you reject it. And you reject it because you feel deep down that you're not deserving. And that's not true. And this trauma could stem from a mother wound, is what I'm picking up. Maybe for some of you, your mother didn't give you enough love when you were growing up. And because your mother didn't give you that love, you feel as if you're non-deserving of love. And that's understandable, right? That's understandable to feel that way because it's like the person that's supposed to be my caregiver didn't even want to give me care. So why would anyone even bother with me? And the thing is, it has to be looked at in a sense of, and this could be done through deep therapy as well, right? But it has to be looked at in a sense of maybe your mother's mother didn't give them love, so they knew no different, and that doesn't make it right to you. it doesn't make it right, because we all have choices. So just because someone's mother didn't give them love doesn't mean that they're warrant to not give love to their own child. This could also stem from you connecting with certain partners that had mother wounds because their mother didn't show up for them. It's almost as if they felt that you had to pay for what their mother didn't provide for them. Maybe if you were being overgiving, oversharing, it triggered something within them to make them think, oh, my mum doesn't do this for me, she never done this for me. So it made them, instead of like, it brought something up to these individuals. They wanted to, it's like they became angry with their mother because you were giving them the love that they didn't receive. So it made them compare you to their mother, and it got them very angry because in their head they thought, well, my mother is at the top of the pedestal. But this person that I'm in a relationship with is giving me more love than I ever received in my whole entire lifetime. So it made them, you know, redirect their anger onto you as opposed to pulling their mother up. And I'm not saying they should have pulled their mother up, but I'm just saying in general, instead of them, you know, assessing the situation, they decided to project onto you. But it was missed. It was that anger that they had and deep resentment wasn't for you. It was misdirected. That's the right word. It was misdirected resentment. I'm hearing the word spite. So they may have tried to withhold love from you as a way of making you feel the pain that they felt from not getting the love from their mother. It was a toxic cycle. And you may have gone through many of these cycles and may have been accepted to these types of treatments from people because, again, you may have felt, I didn't have any love growing up. You know, and then I get into relationships where I'm not shown any love. And that's all I know, even though I know that I'm deserving of love. And then when I do get love for some of you, I reject it. I want to be the giver. I want to be the person that gives love. I don't want to receive love. So there's the energy of you possibly feeling uncomfortable being in your feminine energy. And that can be understood, because if you're in the energy of always being in survival mode, masculine energy, then when you are in a receptive energy, you can shut that down. And it could be like a tug of war, like you and a person, like, I want to be the person that gives. I want to be, you can both be, but there's an energy of you feeling uncomfortable to receive. And it's about looking at that. Where does that come from? Oh, it comes from the fact that I didn't receive love and compassion and care from my caregivers growing up. I have to start being receptive to being given to. Okay, I feel uncomfortable when people give to me. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to start to heal my feminine side, and I'm going to start to give to myself. Once I start giving to myself, treating myself, I keep hearing my size, I can buy myself flowers, it will become easier for me to be accepting of love that is given to me. Because there's nothing wrong with you. But you grew up thinking that there was, because maybe you wasn't given compliments. Maybe, you know, it's different ways. Maybe you wasn't given a lot of hugs or told that you were amazing or beautiful, or just shown in action. Because some people don't always say, oh, I love you and stuff like that. But just shown that you were wanted. Maybe you wasn't treated as if you weren't wanted. And then when you got into relationships with people, you may have overcompensated in case you had that same feeling again that you're not wanted, you know. And it's about you, I feel, giving to yourself and enjoying your own company, spending time alone, enjoying your own company, to realize that you actually got an amazing personality and you're fun to be with. It's actually a privilege to be in your company. Okay, remember that. Okay, relearn yourself is what I'm picking up. Nurture yourself, spoil yourself, treat yourself, and then it will make it become more easier when love is being presented to you. You won't have to second guess it and think, oh, what's the catch here, man? What is the catch? There's no catch. You are the catch. You are the catch. Part number 2. How about that? You're the catch. Okay? So this trauma impacts your life because you could reject love. Yeah. So what emotions do you carry with this trauma? The emotions you carry with this trauma, this is the Eight of Cups. This is Saturn in Pisces energy. We are going through a Saturn in Pisces transit at the moment. So the trauma that you, sorry, the emotions that you carry with this trauma is very heavy. Because remember, Saturn is that planet of restriction. It's that planet of, you know, it's coldness. It's aloofness in a sense. It's rigidness. And it has a longevity energy attached to it. It's like never ending. Saturn cycles only last like 3.5 years or 2.5 years. But it has that energy of, you know, going down that long, hard road as opposed to taking any shortcuts. And you've endured a lot here, is what I'm seeing. Maybe endured going out with certain people that withheld love from you, triggering your mother wound again. So your emotions that you carry with this trauma is a lot of burden, a lot of sadness, and an energy of expecting a lack of giving, a lack of love in relationships, and feeling like you have to carry the burden in whatever relationships. This could also affect you in, you know, your working life, because Saturn is ruled, no, sorry, Saturn rules the sign Capricorn, and Capricorn rules the 10th house, which is all about work, how you are seen in the world, titles, prestige, status. This has an effect in your working life, pile number 2. Taking on more work than, you know, taking on more work than you actually should. Overextending yourself to maybe bosses, higher ups, you know, because it ties in. It ties in with, it ties into me with being a people pleaser, because I need to get that love. But then when I'm, you know, receiving that love, I don't know what to do with it. So you could like volunteer to do things at work when you don't need to, right? And I feel the sense of, okay, I need to make my boss proud, or, you know, staying in jobs that you hate, but feeling like it's your duty to stay, because unsubconsciously you may not realize that you are still looking for that validation and love that you didn't receive. Because I don't feel like growing up you got a lot of praise. And Spirit is saying, because this to me is a self-love card as well, the Ace of Cups. Spirit is saying to praise yourself. It's going to feel uncomfortable at first, but start doing affirmations daily when you're in the shower. I am amazing. I am powerful. I am worthy. I am of magic. I am amazing. Keep saying it, and you listen. Trust me, I do it. You will start to believe these words, because if no one has given you these words of affirmations, you do these words of affirmations to yourself. Because how this is affecting you is that I'm feeling two things. You're going into situations feeling like it's going to be a burden, like maybe getting into relationships and again being the one that always gives and not expecting nothing in return. If you do get something in return, like love, you could shut it down because it feels foreign to you. It feels weird. Like, this is alien to me. Like, what is this? You know, it can cause discord in your relationship. Your partner may feel like you're too rigid. When I say rigid, I mean you're not openly expressive. Why are you not receiving my love? And then for some of you, it could actually affect the way that you actually give love as well. There could be blockages in regards to how you give love. There could be blockages in regards to how you express and emote. Some of you are water signs here. And it ties in with the mother. You know, Pisces is ruled by Neptune. Neptune is that planet of illusions, you know, mystical, magical, glittery, sparkly, creative self-expressions, right? It could restrict you from connecting with love. A love partner is what I'm picking up. So some of you may have passed up on soulmates, maybe 8 for some of you, not for all of you, but some of you may have passed up on soulmates. These soulmates could have been friends, they could have been like love partners, business partners that would have helped you along the way or helped you to achieve more in your career. Because you restricted yourself, no, I can't. I can't accept that. No, that person, they're too kind, there's a catch. It has restricted you. So the emotions that you carry with this trauma is like, it feels like a burden, but you don't know where to unleash this burden. You are unable to accept and see anything good in others. Anything that has love felt is rejected from you. You could walk away from, you could feel uncomfortable when people express their emotions as well. Even if you are a water sign, you could feel very uncomfortable, and you could actually become the person that actually rejects someone that shows emotion. So it can go 2 ways. For some of you, you want to be the giver. For others of you, you could walk away. Like, emotions can make you feel uncomfortable. So the emotions that you carry with this actual trauma is emotions of distrust, feeling like you're undeserving, unworthy, bitterness, anger, not wanting to get close to anyone as well. I'm hearing Craig David, I'm walking away. Preferring to be alone. Okay. So how does this trauma affect how you see yourself? So you could be a Sagittarius, or you could be a Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, Mars, or Venus. So this actual trauma affects how you see yourself, because you could feel quite chaotic. You could feel all over the place. You feel like you're not deserving of love. You feel like you have to move around. Like, it makes you unstable in a sense where you may feel like you can't stabilize yourself. There's something erratic going on within. So some of you may not be stable as yet. None of us are 100%, right? But I feel like you could always be on the go. You may feel like, I can't keep still. You may feel like, I'm hearing, Wizard of Oz, there's no place like home. You don't feel content. You don't feel, because this is my Cancer card, Cancer Sun card, and Cancer Sun ruled the 4th house, which is about home and stability. So because your home life may have been quite erratic, it's made you feel like you cannot find any type of stability in your life. So you could always be on the move. You could be a person that has self-served a lot in the past, or you don't like to stay at one place for a long time. So you could always be picking yourself up and relocating, because you just don't feel stable. You don't feel at home. Relationships could be inconsistent. You could be the one that always walks out of relationships, even if they're going good, right? Or you may just prefer to just have, long distance relationships. Nothing wrong with that. Or you may prefer to just have a physical relationship without putting any titles on, for some of you, one night stands with people, because you may feel like, I don't want emotions attached. I just don't want to get close. I just don't want it. It's just too much. You may feel like you're not deserving to be in a stable relationship. You may feel like no one's going to accept me, and this is what I have to offer and what I have to give. You're very passionate, and you may just focus on the passionate side of your being, which is, there's more to you than that, but you may just feel like, I have nothing to show because I haven't been taught how to show, and I feel uncomfortable to receive. So it's best I just move around and just not get emotionally attached. So you may see yourself as someone that is not grounded, and someone that doesn't want anything grounded and stable, and someone that is quite flighty. But I feel like that's not true. Some of you could be a Saggy. You could have this side to you where you are on the go all the time, you know, a traveler, someone that likes to go to different countries, you know, someone that likes to explore different cultures, someone that could speak different languages, right? Someone that generally enjoys traveling. That's nothing wrong. But I feel like you may be seeking your eventual home, and you may feel like, I'm never going to find it, so there's no point. I want to give people the best of me, but I don't know how to, so there's no point in even getting close to anyone. No one's going to get me. No one's going to understand. Okay, so let's see what energy. But before we move on to that, actually, you have to, Spirit is saying that you have to find home within yourself first. Find home within yourself first. Embrace all aspects of yourself, because some of you are actually like this. Some of you actually generally don't want to feel restricted and may feel like that idea of like staying in one place for like longer than 6 months is just too much. But you have to be true to all aspects of yourself and work with that. Not what society thinks, not what looks good on paper. Work with that. And accept these aspects of yourself. But don't do it as a form of trying to detach from yourself. Be authentic in your truth. Are you always on the move because you felt not wanted when you were younger? Or are you always on the move because you generally like to relocate often? Ask yourself some really honest questions. But more so, I'm feeling Spirit is saying be at home with yourself. Be at peace with yourself. And embrace all aspects of yourself. And then act accordingly is what I'm picking up. All right. So let's move forward to what energy do you need to release to help you? What energy do you need to help you release this trauma? Okay, so maybe some sort of healing with the family would be very beneficial with the Ten of Cups. And this healing with the family doesn't mean that you all have to live happily ever after. I mean, in an ideal world, that would be amazing, right? But no family's perfect. No family's perfect. And it's about accepting that no family is perfect. It's also about accepting that the ones that we put on a pedestal they don't, for some of you, they didn't belong there. And that's where the hurt comes from, because you may have felt, well, that's my mum, or that's my grandma, that's my sister, or that's my cousin, or whatever, and that's all I know. But did their behavior warrant for them to be on a pedestal? And no one should be put on a pedestal, because people, unfortunately, will disappoint us. People will disappoint us. And it's about acknowledging that just because someone is our mother, just because someone is our sister or our brother or whatever the case is, doesn't mean they're not going to disappoint us. And I feel like there was a tug of war within self, like, no, it's my mom, and it's all I know, and it's my brother, it's my sister, whatever the case is, my father. But it's about really honoring and looking at the dynamic of the family structure and seeing how that affected you, because it has. And for some of you are in this energy of the Knight of Wands because it's like you're seeking to create or find, I feel like not even create, find your own family. The reason why you could be in this energy of always being on the go is because you're actually trying to find what you didn't have growing up. And it's about acknowledging that. What is it that I wanted growing up? I wanted love and acceptance. For some of you, it's acceptance, because the lack of acceptance made you not accept yourself. But then it's like, I need to find a tribe that will accept me. First, you need to accept yourself. No one is not going to accept us unless we don't accept ourselves. And the thing is, you not being accepted, for some of you, I don't want to trigger some of you though. I have to be mindful of my words. Alicia, come on. Some of you, when you were growing up, you weren't accepted in these family structures because these family structures were toxic. You were of the light, you see, and you shone light on the indiscrepancies that were in these family structures. And when you shone your light, you were then a villain to these individuals because they didn't want to see the truth of the toxicities that was breaking up the family dynamics. And because you were the truth within these dynamics, and I'm also hearing you were born into the wrong family for some of you, you were made to feel like the outsider, the troublemaker, when it was so further from the truth. You were shaking up the status quo. You were forcing people unknowingly to face the truths of the indiscrepancies, of the lies that were in these family structures. Because on to the outside, you could have been presented as the perfect family, but behind closed doors, you saw it all. And when you spoke your truth, you're hearing vilified. You were vilified. You were shunned. You were turned on. You're spoiling the image. And then you may have gone on a rampage because of this. Because it's like you felt like, I'm speaking my truth to help heal. But it's actually pushing me out of something that I want, which is a family. So I'm going to find my own family. I'm going to create my own. But I can't seem to find my own. I can't seem to fit in. And maybe you were not supposed to fit in. You were supposed to come whole within self first. You were supposed to accept aspect of you first. Because you were in a family dynamic where there was a lot of falsities. But you may have felt that I have to play along with this because it's my family. But when you grew very impatient with keeping up with the lies, this is when things erupted for you. So what energy do you need to release in this trauma? Some of you need to release your family members and walk away because they are toxic. They are toxic. And some of you need to release, pretending that your family structure is perfect and seeing the truth within that. Connecting the dots and moving away from these people. I say these people because I don't feel like some of you were born into the wrong family. Some of you were born into families that like to keep up with the Joneses and lack emotion. Emotion is so detached. Materialism is more important than emotions and someone's, general well-being. You grew up in a family whereby these individuals, this could stem from generations. And you are here to be the generational curse breaker, to say, look, this is not right. But it triggered these family members to, it made them feel like they have to do the work and they didn't want to do the work. So it was easier to reject you than do the work. Because it will mean that they will have to dig up, things that happen in past lifetimes, maybe from 8 generations before you. And maybe they were called to be the generational curse breaker, but they didn't, meet the criteria. And they will continue to reject love. They will continue to reject love in themselves. And because they don't love themselves, that's what made it hard for them to be accepting of you. Because you shone a light on how things could be, and it made them face themselves, and they didn't like it. They didn't like how they felt. They didn't like what they were told. It made them feel, it could have triggered something within their mother wounds, and it made them remember how they wasn't nurtured or loved from their own mother. And it was supposed to trigger them so that they can make a change. But instead, they may have chose to walk away, or they may have chose to, it all comes full circle here. And it had an effect, a knock-on effect on you and your confidence. And it made you feel like, I'm a rebel. Are you really a rebel? Or are you a rebel of change? So, what energy do you need to release? Pretending that everything's fine when it's not. Pretending that it's a perfect family when it's not. I also feel for some of you, what energy do you need to release? Some of you could be with a partner that's in and out, very inconsistent. And again, you may want to stay in this relationship because on paper, it looks like we are the perfect family. But behind closed doors, there's a lot of arguments. The physical connection between the two of you could be very dynamic and powerful. And that could be one of the reasons why you stay. We've all been there, right? Not sitting here like holier than thou, right? That could be one of the reasons why you stay. Another reason could be you've got children and you may feel like, oh, I don't want my children to grow up in a one-parent family and things like that. But Spirit is saying, are you receiving the love that you want to receive? For some of you, again, because this person is inconsistent, they're in and out, it's making you feel like this is my lot. This is what I deserve. And it's about looking at, who are you doing this for? Are you doing this for other people, living this lie? It's making you unstable. It's making you feel insecure. It's making you feel like you don't know whether you're coming or going, or this person keeps coming and going. You don't know when they're going to come back home, or if they're not, it's making you feel all over the place is what I'm picking up. So this could also mean for some of you, focusing on yourself and loving yourself as well, because I feel like whoever you could be in a connection with, this individual is not giving you the love that you desire anyway. They're not meeting you on an emotional level. They could just be meeting you on a physical level. I feel like the physical aspect of this connection is very potent, very dynamic, very passionate. But it's about looking at what else comes after this passion. Am I being nurtured from within? I don't feel like this person is giving love, because they may disappear soon after. Oh yeah, I'll be back, I'll be back. And then that could translate and spill over, their behavior could actually spill over into other areas of your life. And then you are not able to give to your family the way that you want to give, or to be open to know that there are other people out there that won't treat me like this, but this is what I know. Like, you could start becoming detached from your own emotions, and you could start thinking, no, this is it's better than nothing. It's better than nothing, It's better to have them than not to. And that's about you neglecting yourself as well. So it's about pouring into yourself, looking at what you desire from a relationship, being really honest and truthful. Does this person match up? I don't think this person does, for some of you. Or it could be you. You could desire these things, but you may feel like, no, I didn't get love when I was younger. No, I'm just going to stay in this energy of the Knight of Wands. I'm going to be flighty. I'm going to be inconsistent. I'm going to remove myself from anyone that wants something serious. It's too long. I can't do this. And some of you could still be mixed up with these family members that taught you this thing. And that's why Spirit is saying, really analyze and look at these people in your family that made you feel this way, like non-deserving of receiving love or getting love or being nurtured and cared for. It's not all about money. It's about having time for someone, meeting their emotional needs. Did you receive that from these individuals, or is it just very surface based? And some of you don't have to cut these people off, you know, but you can keep a distance. You can keep a distance, okay? So a way you can change and release this trauma is to, this is the moon card. Some of you could be a Pisces or a Cancer. We've got Cancer here twice. Or a Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Mars, and Venus. A way that you can actually change and release these traumas is to do that shadow work. Look at where these patterns came from in regards to not feeling comfortable around receiving love. Like your hidden fears around love needs to be explored. What do you fear would happen if you receive this love? Do you feel like this person, because some of you, you're turning down relationships here, or you're not being receptive to love that's been given to you, maybe compliments for some of you, or you could be turning down relationships in general, like, no, I don't want to be with you, no, making excuses as to why you don't want to get into relationships. Even though some of you could have an inkling that the person or people could be beneficial for your soul's growth. So a way that you can change and release this trauma is to purge your emotions. Some of you may need to cry. Some of you may need to look at how you interact with your mother. Is it toxic? Is it codependent? Is it preventing you from evolving? Did you get your needs met? Looking at what is it that you actually fear? Because some of you could be fearing love, feeling like if I get into a relationship, I'm going to get hurt. Why do you fear that you're going to get hurt? Because I've been hurt before. Okay, so because you've been hurt before does not mean that everyone else is out to get you. So it's about healing from that pain. Where did you get hurt before? Okay, I got hurt from my mother. Okay, what did the mother do? She wasn't openly emotional. Or for some of you, I had to be her caregiver. I had to be her caretaker. So to receive love in that way from another is weird. Or I didn't see my mother gaining love from my father. My father was in and out. My father was argumentative. So I don't know how. This is what I put up with because this is what I saw my mother put up with. Or this is what I saw my dad put up with. Or my dad was always in and out. My mother put up with that. So I need to be in and out. I need to be inconsistent. I can have children, but I don't need to live with them because my dad didn't live with us or my mum didn't live with us. So I don't need to, it's about looking at these patterns and thinking to yourself, is that really you, or are you trying to, because I'm hearing you're generational curse breaker. You're here to make that change. So a way you can release this trauma is to unearth what's been repressed. I'm hearing for some of you having some real conversations with people. Maybe finding out how your parents grew up to make them behave in the way that they're behaving with you. It's about looking at your shadow side as well. And embracing aspects of your shadow side too. Because again, some of you could actually enjoy being in this energy, of like just not stabilizing. This is me. This is me. And the thing is, ultimately, even if we had a specific past, as adults, we are in control of our life. We kind of always blame, the past. This could be, yes, the past had an effect on us, but in certain cycles of our life, it's our choice to either repeat those patterns or create new patterns. So that's what could be the change. Are you going to repeat the patterns? Or are you going to fulfill your assignment of becoming that generational curse breaker and not continuing those patterns? That's what needs to be looked at. Okay. So I'm going to boost you up and read some of my channel messages from my deck that I'm creating. It's called Just to Let You Know. Just to let you know, you are an enigma. So you are very dynamic. You've got a very powerful energy. Again, there's something about you being a generational curse breaker. So your energy is very strong, very magical, very powerful, and very potent. And it's felt, even if you are quite a quiet person, it's felt strongly. And I feel like if you did stand up or speak out in some sort of dynamic, it was met with a lot of backlash, but backlash from a lot of people, because you, one, are a person that has the energy of at least 10 people, and I feel like when you speak your truth, it is felt in the soul of others. And some people, they get very triggered by it because they know that you are a true speaker and they know that what you're saying is facts. They know. You're definitely, you definitely walk alongside with spirit, and it's felt by others. It's felt. It's felt by others. And you are here to be that change. You are definitely here to be that change, pile number 2. You are here to not continue a old system or way of being. And it could be met with opposition, but the reason why it will be met with opposition is because that old structure needs to be broken down, because it's not working. It's toxic, and that old structure could be broken down during this Saturn in Pisces transit. And you may start to see people removing themselves, walking away. They're not for you. You've triggered something within them, or you are going to be the person to walk away. By you removing yourself, it's going to make that change. It's going to shake up these family members to the core. And it's going to force them to face the lies that they have been living by you removing yourself. Everything that they try to repress, try to hide, try to bury is going to be unearthed during this time. It's going to be a very interesting time for some family members, for you. Because I'm hearing the change that you make is going to have like some sort of rippling effect on people. And they may come to find they all don't even like each other. For some of you, they may come to find that they need to change and walk away from each other too. Let's see. Your mind is magnificent, filled with magical and brilliant ideas. Do not doubt your capabilities. You are amazing. You are brilliant. Pile number 2. And you're very smart. You're very sharp too. And maybe people try to when you're growing up, people may have tried to gaslight you. Oh, you didn't see that. That didn't happen. Oh, you're over exaggerating. No, you were very intelligent from a very young age. Some of you could have been speaking quite early as well, and you questioned everything. You questioned why you were in this energy, trying to keep up with the Joneses. Like you question so much things. You're a truth teller, and your mind is magnificent. So I'm hearing like you have a mind of a genius. Some of you could have like a Neptune in, sorry, some of you could have like a Pisces, a Mercury in Pisces, or a Pisces ascendant. But you're very creative minded as well. And some of you may have daydreamed a lot when you're growing up. Daydream for a better tomorrow. You're actually manifesting when you were doing that. I know that when I used to daydream a lot when I was little, I used to think, this is not going to be my life. My life is going to be like this. I was actually manifesting without realizing it. But some of you are very powerful manifestors as well. So you definitely, we are all manifestors, but you are extremely powerful. Like your manifestations come in an instant. And you will manifest the life of your dreams. You will get that family that you desired. You will get it. People that are a vibrational match to you, people that are accepting of you. Some of you are going to create your own family. Some of you could have a blended family. Some of you could have a family that's like friends. And you'll be in a giving and taking energy of receiving and still being true to yourself and giving love, or receiving and then for the first time in your life giving love, because you will be receiving for the first time. So Spirit is saying to continue to manifest, because your manifestations are very, very powerful. You are a powerful manifester. People feel drawn to you and want to tell you their secrets. So a lot of people do view you like family. A lot of people do view you like someone that is husband or wife material. People want to settle down with you. People may want to have children with you, you know, or you could have children already. Please say what resonates. But people just feel instantly drawn to you because, like I said before, you are a person that is a truth teller. You are a person that you are authentic. What you see is what you get. And people can sense this authenticity from you. And people take a liking to you. Not to say you have to invite everyone and anyone, but people generally just feel like you are very open. Even if you feel like you're not, people just sense that you have an openness about you. You're very accepting of others, because you grew up knowing how it felt not to be accepted. And you may get people that tell you about their secrets. Again, people want to give their love to you. You're like, And again, that's about you working with yourself and starting to give love to yourself and not feeling uncomfortable about it. I mean, some of you could have like a Venus in Aquarius. So why did I say Venus in Aquarius? Or Venus in Sagittarius. Some of you could have Venus in Aquarius. So it could be like, oh, this is too uncomfortable. I need to go. You know, but it's about you sitting in that discomfort and realizing that nothing bad is really going to actually happen. Obviously, we all have different love languages. I get that. But it's like acknowledging, why do people always want to give me love? Like, why? Because they sense a love within you. Because that's the thing. Some of you could feel like, well, why do people want to give me love? Why do people want to be with me? Why do people want to sit down with me? Why, when my own family, you know, it's because people can see the love within you. Your family members that chose to treat you like this, because it's a choice. I always feel like it's a choice, right? They couldn't feel the love within themselves, okay? They were at odds with themselves. They didn't know any other way. But just because they're like that, other people can see the love within you and other people will want to give to you. And it's about being accepting to those people. Not because you could be so used to being treated a certain way and my family doesn't bother, so why am I going to even accept from anyone else? That's them. And like I said, we have many people that we are related to. Doesn't mean that they're family. Doesn't mean that we're family. Right? You could have friends that are more like family than your actual blood relatives. You are a gift and a blessing to many. Your energy is healing and transformative. So you have a very healing effect on other people. This is why a lot of people are drawn to you. I am picking up for some of you who were born into the wrong family. I don't know if you want to hear that. I'm really sorry, but I really do feel that. Because you are of love. You are of love. this is like you were born into like a karmic family members, but I feel like you were placed in this family to teach these people how to love and to break a generational curse. You are a gift. Just because you may not be a gift to the family members that you have now, you are a gift to many, and many do consider you as family. You know, people find you to be very loving, very healing, and you have helped to transform a lot of different people. You are a blessing, part number 2. Never forget that. You are amazing. I'm hearing the word, go where you are celebrated, not where you are tolerated. Some of you will be walking away. Your urge to cut these toxic family members off is what I'm hearing. You will find your true soul tribe, and you will find a family, whether that means you find it in a group of friends, you create your own family, you date somebody that has their own children, or you have your children, you become a blended family. You know, you could, have a family set up at work, Please take what resonates, but please like, share, and subscribe, and I will speak to you soon. We're going to move on to the last pile, which is pile number 3. Let's see, pile number 3. All right, so how is this trauma impacting you, pile number 3? Okay, so we have the Fool card. This trauma could be impacting you, pile number 3, by making you feel a sense of disconnect from yourself, making you feel as if you don't have to be loyal. There's a lack of loyalty that you could have. So you may choose to scatter your energies in different places, and there's an energy of, I need to put myself first, which is fine, but there's an energy of, I don't want anyone getting too close to me, and I am not going to be loyal to others. I'm not going to be loyal to others. It's just a bit weird. The reason why I say it's a bit weird, it's like this energy is impacting you. It's impacting you. I'm hearing Beyonce, me, myself, and I, but not in that sense. It's more of like, it could be in a selfish way. Like, I don't care who I hurt. I'm going to get mine. I am not loyal to anyone. And I'm not even loyal to myself. So you could be betraying yourself. This is how this trauma impacts you. You could be betraying yourself. Scattering yourself thin is what I'm hearing. Dishonoring yourself. Not seeing potential dangers in situations as well. It's almost like you may have like this energy of just not caring about yourself, which then makes you not care about others as well, because the two align, right? If we don't care about ourselves, how can we, like, if you don't love yourself, how can you love another person? If you don't pour into yourself, how can you give another person? And it's like you may just like feel like you just don't care about yourself. So when you interact with other people, you make sure that these interactions are very surface based, as opposed to getting deep, because you don't want to get deep with yourself. You may feel like you don't even want to get in touch with your own emotions. So you may be going towards, I'm hearing like frivolous connections, frivolous surface-based friendships, because you don't want to have that connection with yourself. Okay, let's move on. Emotions. What emotions do you carry with this trauma? You could carry emotions of feeling unbalanced, the because there's the energy of you not allowing your emotions to come to the surface. Some of you could be an Aquarius, some of you could be a Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Mars, or Venus. The Temperance card does actually speak about being emotionally balanced. I feel like there could be emotional instability here, and not wanting to rectify it and not wanting to get to the root cause of why there's an emotional instability. Again, there's the energy of scattering yourself too thin. I'm hearing the word incongruent, not being congruent, not being true to self, not being true to others, no one really knowing who you are. Where's this trauma coming from, part number 3? I'm hearing popularity, wanting to be liked. Spirit is saying that there's something around, this is like 11th and 9th house energy. Group clubs, friends, or group clubs, friends, or higher learning, travel, philosophy, spirituality. Yeah, there's a disconnect here. You are deeply spiritual here, but you're removing yourself from your spirituality. You don't want to know. That's what I mean. You're rejecting this aspect of yourself. You don't want to deepen your knowledge of self. You don't want to connect with yourself. Why is that? You could get very distracted by friends and events, connecting to different groups of people, not really stabilizing a true, deep, meaningful, friendship with these individuals, not really caring if you do or not, actually. Maybe jumping from group to group, being in your own world. Nothing wrong with that, but I feel like the emotions that you carry with this trauma is that even though you could be in this energy of scattering your energy around, like going to this group and then going to that group, you are not content. You're not satisfied because you are lacking an emotional connections to the people, places, and things that you are associating with. And there's the energy of, I'm asking why. And I feel like the reason why is because there's a trauma of a lack of disloyalty. Maybe someone's being disloyal to you, but there's the energy of you not being loyal to yourself. That's where it comes from. There's a trauma of you not being loyal to yourself because you may have felt like you may have been betrayed a lot by friends. I'm hearing jealousy. Maybe you were connected with friends that were jealous of you, but they may have rejected you. They may have pushed you out. And because of this, you may have rejected yourself and just felt, nope, I'm not going to get into anything deep with anyone again. I'm just going to have different friends from different clubs. Or, you know what I mean? This is what I'm picking up. But what you do actually yearn for is a deep connection with friends. You want to meet people on a skin deep level as opposed to on a surface based level, right? So the emotions that you carry with you is that there's a lot of inner turmoil, there's a lot of unbalance here because you're scattering yourself too thin, and that could be the thing as well. Excuse me, that could be the thing. Jumping from different groups and knowing that some of these groups or friends that you're going towards lack integrity and lack loyalty, but still going towards these groups and still trying to formulate connections with these people. And it points to you having a lack of closeness with yourself. There's the energy of you wanting to detach, away from yourself. You not wanting to get deep with yourself. And the thing is, if you can't get deep with yourself, how do you expect others to? How do you expect to get deep with others? Not how how do you expect others to get deep with you? Because people may want to get deep with you. People may want to, explore your depths and so forth. And you could be running away from that, though you actually yearn from that. Sorry, though you actually yearn that deepness, that soul connection. But there's a detachment within yourself. You don't want to get close to yourself. You don't want to learn yourself. You may not want to spend time with yourself. This is why you could possibly seek groups, different groups all the time, always going out. There's nothing wrong in that. Enjoy your life. We only have one, right? But just depending on what religion or background you come from, we only have one. But it's like you're running away from yourself, but at the same time you feel disheartened because it's like I'm running too, but I still don't feel that connection. But Spirit is saying, in order to feel that connection with others, you got to feel that connection with self, and it's like you just don't want to. And there's a lack of loyalty with self, and then you then attract people that demonstrate this lack of loyalty back onto you. And I don't believe in that saying we meet people who are us pushed out, because sometimes we can meet some really effed up people, right? And it's like, why did I meet that person? I was nothing but nice to them, but then that's a lesson for us to learn, to have more discernment, I guess, right? Or to see that there are people out there in the world that are just not great, and how to navigate around that. But I feel like with the Fool card, this is the situation. So the emotions that you carry with this trauma is that it makes you feel a sense of unease. It makes you feel unbalanced. Because I feel like some of you want to move towards spirituality. Obviously, you listen to this channel and you listen to other tarot channels, but you want to deepen your spirituality. You want to deepen your bond. You want to deepen that connection with self. And it's like you're running away from yourself. So it makes you feel a lot of inner turmoil. Okay, so let's move on to, how does this trauma affect how you see yourself? Okay, so we have the Eight of Pentacles. This trauma makes you feel like you're not doing enough. This trauma may make you, because you may feel like unbalanced and scattered, it may translate into your working life. You may feel like you can't stick on a task. You may feel like you can't sustain a relationship, or you may also feel like you are a person that wants a relationship but can't get it, or doesn't want a relationship. I'm better on my own, because this is the energy of some of you may not feel like you are the settling down type, but some of you actually want to settle down, but you are connecting with people that are as equally as detached as you. And then you may feel like, why am I not connecting with them on a soul level? Because you're not connecting with yourself, for some of you, on a soul level. Or you're not spending time with yourself. You're not working on yourself and getting to the root cause of what exactly do you actually want in these connections. You have to get to the root of it. What do I want? And there's the energy of you having to be patient in finding that. But in the now, there's the energy of, okay, I want this from that person, that, and there's nothing wrong in that. But it's like, I'm still not satisfied. I'm still not satisfied. I'm still not satisfied. Still not satisfied. And it's ongoing. And that could be how you are with yourself. Still not satisfied. I'm still not satisfied. So, and there's the energy of rejecting yourself, right? So how does this trauma affect how you see yourself? This trauma may affect you in a way whereby you may not feel grounded in yourself. You could yearn to feel grounded, and you may feel like you're not the settling down type, though you may actually want it. Because if you connected with yourself, you'll realize that actually, I do actually want to settle down. I do want to have a sustaining friendship with someone that is loyal, that is, ongoing. I feel more so you want loyalty here. And Spirit is saying, in order to get that loyalty from others, you need to be loyal to yourself first, and then you'll be able to detect whether or not others will be loyal to you, as opposed to going towards people that are showing you red flags, that are showing you that they are very surface based and lack loyalty. Be loyal to self, so much so that you can detect if someone is deceitful or who lacks integrity, and who, may not give you what you desire and what you deserve. But you have to get to the root cause of what exactly do you actually desire and what exactly do you deserve. So how does this trauma affect how you see yourself? As someone that is not, you may feel like you're not deserving of someone putting in the effort and work into, and that also ties into when you connect with different people, you are not putting in the work and effort into those connections to help nourish them, to help them to grow. And then you feel like, oh, why is this happening to me? How come I'm not connecting? But you could be moving from group to group, and not making those connections sustainable as well. Okay, let's see. What energies do you need to release? Okay, so we've got the Devil card. So we all have light and shadow sides, pile number 3. And I feel like the energy that you need to release is some sort of toxic, maybe this could be an obsession. Maybe you could be going towards connections like friendship groups as well. If, due to people's status, due to if someone can help you, could be in regards to money as well. This is why these could be quite surface based. You could be going towards people, friendship groups, because it may look good for your career. This is group clubs or organizations. Like you could be, going towards these people in these group clubs and organizations to help your career in some way. And you're not feeling that love, you're not feeling those connections. As Spirit is saying, you can still go to different groups, clubs, and organizations and connect with people that you end up having like something sustainable with. And the energies that you need to release is maybe fixating on how can you benefit? Because I feel like, again, there's something about you going towards these connections and having this idea, for some of you, not for all of you, that I'm not going to be loyal. It's just going to be, some of you could plan it like that, but for some of you, it could be a thing of, I have no intention of keeping in contact with these people. I need to get what I need to get, and I'm off. So not having that outlook just to see what you can get from others and how you can give of yourself also. But some of you could have been so badly burnt in the past that it has become, I just want to get money off them. That's all I care about. I just want to get money. I just want to climb up the ladder. I just want to be seen in the right people, the right places. So what do you need to release? I'm hearing you need to release some sort of toxic hold over maybe how you're viewed by others in your working life, or money. Some of you could just date people that you may feel like is financially established, financially rich, or something like that. And it's about looking at how you value yourself, right? It's about looking at knowing that you don't need to attach yourself to someone to get money. You can make money on your own. You've got the skills, abilities, creative, ideas to generate your own worth. You don't need to align with someone. Okay, you can align with someone if you want to do, like, for instance, if you can't do something in regards to your business, you didn't have to collaborate with someone that can actually do it. But for others of you, I feel like you might align with people who can help you in your career. It's not about, a two-way situation. It's about, I've got to get mine, and that's all that it is. There's a lack of integrity in some regards. There's a lack of yeah. And I'm not saying you haven't got integrity, but you may feel, I'm hearing some people may have said that to you, but you could be like, I don't care, I need to get mine. And it's that type of energy is what I'm picking up. So what energy do you need to release to know that you can have those connections with people? Some of you may not be. I feel like, to get this is Capricorn energy as well. To know that not everything should be just about money. If you want to have that heartfelt connection with someone, start connecting with yourself first. Start reintroducing hobbies, or start looking at ways that you can make money, you could generate money and an income, or more money than you're making now. And releasing traits of control and just thinking, I need to do this in order to get by. There's no other way. And just knowing that there are other ways. You can, work on yourself. And you, from what I'm seeing here, you have this qualities to get yourself in high positions as well. Not to give your power away into thinking that you need to be seen with this type of person to be accepted in a certain circle, or you need to date this type of person even if you're not attracted to them, because you want money. Because Spirit is saying that the work starts with you first, and the abundance that you seek outwardly will be granted onto you. And it's about looking at why you think that the only way to be seen, there's something about you wanting to be seen, is by having a certain amount of money. Money does not equate to happiness. Money can give you opportunities, but it can't give you that inner peace that you're seeking. So in order for you to fill that void, which you may feel like money can fill that void, is by working on making your inner at peace. And you can do that by connecting with yourself, learning about yourself. Some of you may need to spend time near water, right? Meditations, that's a good way of connecting with yourself, balancing out your chakras as well. Do chakra cleansing meditations as well. And this, especially your root chakra, because your root chakra is that chakra of stability and security. So you may fear that you're running out, which puts you into flight mode, which puts you into panic mode, which puts you into savage mode, like, I gotta get mine, I don't care. It could be that type of energy, which could make you ruthless, because maybe in the past, I've got to see what the last card is, you may have felt to yourself, okay, I loved, but it didn't work out, so, I'm just going to be ruthless right now, I don't care. I'm going to detach away from love. It's not what I want. I'm also hearing for some of you, what energies do you need to release? Like, some of you need to release trying to work on a toxic relationship. This relationship is very, I'm hearing karmatic. All connections can be karmatic. narcissistic as well. And you could be trying to put the work in to a relationship with someone that is controlling, is narcissistic, and there's a knowing. For some of you, there's not a knowing here, because there's an energy of detachment from self. And Spirit is saying to look at why you're trying to make something like this work. And it could be tied up with money, or how you both look together. You may like the way you both look together. This person could come from a rich family or something. They could have a certain status, but you're pouring in. You could be trying to invest in something that is toxic and that is keeping you bounded. So you may need to release the energy of how it looks to society, how it looks to others if I'm with this person, even though this person doesn't treat me good. Why am I trying to work on this partnership? This could be tying into, at this age now, some of you could be going for your Saturn return, right? I should be settled down. I should be married. So it's like you could be holding on to somebody because you feel like at this age now I should be married and have children. This is the ideal person that I should be married and have children with. But the connection could be toxic. And it's about releasing that thought of societal norms of when you should be married or when you should have children. People having children at any age now, right? But you could be, you could be holding a lot of value on tradition and thinking I have to have this now, even though I know that it's wrong for me, because it's the energy of detaching from yourself and not wanting to come to terms or reality about how the situation is making you feel. So it's about coming clean about it. Why do I feel the need to have these things now? For whose benefit? It could be internal benefit for yourself. Maybe you vowed, okay, at this age, I'm going to get married, I'm going to do this, I'm going to be in this job, I'm going to have kids. But just accepting that not everything works out as planned. Sometimes things are, sometimes you have the children first, and you have the degree, then you get married, or you get the degree, then you have children, then you get married, or you get married, you get the degree, then you have children. Like things, it's about, it doesn't mean that you have failed. That could be the thing. Release the feeling of failure and know that things happen in different orders, because you could be keeping yourself stuck and thinking it has to be this way. And it's about, from what I'm seeing here, you could be quite rigid in a sense. Aquarius also is ruled by Saturn. You could be feeling quite rigid, like, no, it has to be this way. And because you're thinking it has to be done in this way, time's ticking. And I know I said that there's no time frame, but you're thinking it has to be done in this type of structure, that type of lower octave of Capricorn, that Saturnian rigidness, like it's like, I'm not budging, it has to be done this way. This is what society says, I have to abide. That's nothing wrong in that. It has to be done this way. I have to look like this. People have to see me in this light. It's about being a bit more free flowing and being more free flowing with yourself, releasing that grip, because that grip could be blocking you. So then you need to take another alley. Not to say what you want's not going to come, but you may have to take another route to get what you want. But you're stuck on this specific route. Has to be this way, but that route is blocked. I'm just seeing like a motorway, and like they've blocked the road, but you're still trying to drive through, and they're like, no, it's blocked. And days go by, it's nighttime now, and and you're still, because you're thinking, I have to get through this path or this motorway to get to what I want, not seeing that there's other lanes to get to what you want. Does that make sense? All right, let's move on, because I can stay stuck on that. All right, so how can you begin to move past this trauma? Yeah, you can move past this trauma by releasing your grip, by knowing, just being more open, just being more, the strength card does represent someone that is strong, someone that is holding back, just being more open, just being more open to changes, not holding yourself back, expressing yourself. And that could mean expressing yourself in other avenues, also expressing yourself and connecting with other people, maybe dating other people as well. Also, for some of you, this is like sacral chakra energy as well. I'll say to be expressive creatively, to dance more, to create, to write, to sing, to make. Some of you could also be in a relationship. For some of you that are in a relationship, you could be married, and you may, something about detachment as well here, wanting to merge with your partner but feeling like you got to put work first. There's something about you just like working, but wanting to connect more emotionally with your partner. So I will say love making more. How you can begin to move past the trauma is by love making more. It's what I'm picking up. Because I feel like some of you are focusing on work and then thinking, how come me and my partner don't spend enough time with each other? Because there's the energy of you neglecting your partner here in favor of work. Or your partner could be overworking and not spending enough time with you. So that means that you, if that's the case, you can still do what you need to do. You can still, enjoy your life, be creative, pick up a hobby, do a sport that you enjoy so you can get your energy moving around, is what I'm picking up. Because you could be pouring into this connection and you're still met with, I gotta work. So it's like, okay, you work, I'm gonna do me, and it shifts your energy as well and makes you become more happier, because you can become quite fixated on this person and trying to make it work but feeling unhappy is what I'm picking up. So this is about you shifting the focus onto self. For those of you in regards to scattering your energy and feeling like you're not connected with people on a heart level, it's about you connecting with yourself first. That's what I'm picking up. And in regards to if you're connected with someone that is quite toxic or quite very toxic, Spirit is saying to put yourself first and maybe to date other people as well. And then once you interact with other people and date them, you'll start to see the flaws in this other person. Because I feel like this person is holding you back in regards to maybe holding back some sort of commitment from you and keeping you stuck. It happened to me once, it happened to me. I was with this guy for 6 years, and it's like he knew that he wasn't going to give me what I was wanting, but he still didn't want me to meet other people, right? Weird. But I feel like you could connect with other people, maybe hang out with friends, go to concerts, and maybe date other people as well. Let's see, a way to change. How would your life change, if you release this trauma? One card, please, Spirit. I didn't get a chance to. Oh, you will end up marrying. If this is what you wanted, it's, some of you could be a Taurus, some of you could be a Leo, a Capricorn, a Sagittarius, or Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Mars, Venus, North, South Node, or Lilith. I feel like a way that your life will change if you release this trauma is that you'll be given more insight, more wisdom, to know what you value, to know what you want and what you are accepting of. Because I feel like it's energetically repressing you, being in this energy. And this is about, for me personally, being more spiritually powerful. You are very spiritual anyway, right? But I feel like being more spiritually powerful, because you will have merged with yourself. Because to me, I feel like for some of you, you are trying to connect with other people in order to find yourself, but everything you want is all within you. It's like you're connecting with these people to find acceptance within yourself, where you have to accept yourself. You have to be at peace with yourself. You have to be okay with being okay with yourself. And to me, this is about marrying self. Now, some people do get married themselves, but I feel like marrying self, when I say that, I mean like treating yourself how you would want to be treated in a marriage. Or treating yourself how you would treat another in a marriage. Being loyal to yourself, trustworthy, all the qualities that you would like in a marriage or relationship, be that to yourself, right? So a way you can change, if you release this energy, you will become more, you will attract more high valued partners as well, and high valued, and I'm not saying like high value, like people that are in certain positions and status and all that, but for some of you, once you release this toxic person, you will start attracting like high valued, different types of partners, so like people in higher positions and stuff like that. And even if they're not in high positions, a different caliber of partners, people that are spiritual royalty is what I'm talking about. These are the type of people you'll be, not to say, but for some of you, you will connect with a toxic person, but I feel like you are very spiritually powerful, and you will connect people as equally as spiritually powerful. You could also connect with, once you release this energy, you will connect with people that are in tune with themselves, because you will be in tune with yourself as well. And you will connect with people that are not trying to run away from themselves, because you will be at peace with yourself, and you will have so much spiritual knowledge, and you have a wealth of knowledge, sorry. I'm very tired, guys. I was out all day today, out of London as well. You have a wealth of knowledge. Here, like, people are going to be coming to you for your wise counsel. But I feel like you retain this energy of wisdom, you know, but you run away from it. So your life will change, because you'll be more at peace with yourself. You will start investing in yourself. You will start valuing yourself more as well, and valuing who you allow around you and who should not be around you. So a way that you can release this trauma, or sorry, a way that your life will change if you release this trauma, that you will just upgrade spiritually, and for some of you financially, for some of you, yeah, energetic upgrade, no doubt, and you will start to attract so much better in regards to your friendships, in regards to your love relationships as well. So let's gas you guys up with my channel messages. We're going to close the reading. This is from my, just so you know, deck that I'm going to create. All right, so some of these people want you to fail because they feel they deserve better than you, despite not going through what you went through or working as hard as you are. So some of you could have been connecting with friends that actually wanted you to fail, presenting themselves as friends, but actually they were wolves in sheep's clothing. And you may have gone towards these connections thinking, yeah, but they're my friend. But it's about, why did you see these people as your friends? Is it a situation of, and I'm not like telling you guys off or anything, but this is like what spirit wants me to say to you. Is it because you wanted it to look a certain way to other people? Remember about keeping up with the Joneses. I want to be seen as valued. I want to be seen as popular. Like, that could have been the thing. But, you know, I'm hearing the word popular loner. You could be a popular loner. Like, not everyone deserves access to your energy. Part number 3. because you could have been connected with different people that were actually jealous of you, and they weren't giving you that same, it was like a lot of falsities, connecting with like shallow people and all the rest of it. And then, you know what they say, sometimes you are who you hang around, but you could have been vibrating on that same frequency at the time, and you weren't seeing that these people actually were trying to hold you back. They were jealous of you, but it's about you safeguarding your energy and you the pouring into yourself first and foremost, and the right people. But know that you are a person that a lot of people do want to connect with, but doesn't mean you have to always connect with different people. You are a star. You will become famous for your gifts and your talents. So some of you could be a Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Mars, Venus because of the star, but some of you could be a Taurus, a Sag, a Capricorn, or a Leo also. So you are destined for great things. So if it's a thing of you thinking, oh, I need to connect with this person, I need to go out with that specific person, you have a lot of abundance within. You don't need, even if you meet someone that has, a great job or so forth, like you need to see your own, greatness as well, and not think that you need to attach to someone else to get by in life. Obviously when you're in a relationship, you merge your money together. That's how it should be anyway, to, help run the household, look after the children, etc. But I feel like if you've been in the energy in the past of I have to go out with this specific person, or I have to be seen with that specific person, that could only hang around with people that are movers and shakers, I cannot be seen with anyone that is beneath, that I perceive to be beneath me. It's like that whole type of materialistic way of looking at things. And it's about, that you are a star. And again, some of you may have felt that way inclined, which I just mentioned. So you have find it a bit difficult to do part number 3. Because I don't want you thinking, oh, what's empath butterflies telling me off for? It's not telling you off. It's about just bringing things to your awareness and hoping that positive changes can be made, because none of us are perfect. You know what I mean? But if you have been operating in that, I feel like a small few of you, not all of you, because most people that come to this channel, they have big kind hearts, right? But some of you could have encountered someone like that only wanted to date you because you were possibly in the public eye, like an arm candy type of thing. And yeah, you look good. Yeah, for some of you smell good as well. And you have a lot of wisdom and so forth. But it's about, some of you may have wanted to connect with someone on a deep spiritual soulmate level. And again, I feel like you have to connect with yourself, and then the rest will follow. But I feel like Spirit wants you to know you are a star and you will become famous for your gifts and talents. This is more so, again, for me personally, for this reading, with those of you that think you have to align with others to get you to the top. No, your gifts and talents are going to get you to that top. People seek your wise counsel. Remember what I mentioned. People seek your wise counsel. In this life, you could become a healer, a counselor, psychic, psychologist. I should have also said, I'm going to write it now actually, a spiritual life coach. So if people seek your wise counsel, again, it ties in with the Hierophant card. People seek your wise counsel in this life. So you could be a person that helps to heal others, maybe through your own experiences, helps to uplift others, give great advice, encouragement, and empowerment, right? And we also have, you may benefit, some of you could be pastors as well, become pastors, or, work in the church or something as well. You may benefit from doing meditation or talking therapy, art therapy. Some of you could benefit from art therapy, meditation, or talking therapy. Therapy in general is beneficial anyway. Yes, you can have it all. So some of you could be fearing, I can't have it all, that's why I need to go out with this specific person. Or Spirit is saying you can have it all. You can have, and it doesn't matter in what order. That's what I get to realize as well, right? It doesn't matter in what order. You can have it in whatever order I mentioned before. And yes, you can have it all. It doesn't matter how long it's going to take. You can have it all. As long as your heart is clean, as long as you are, striving to, you know, live a blessed life, and you're doing the work. I'm talking about the work, like you're not taking any shortcuts. Like if you want to achieve something, you're not taking any shortcuts. You're okay with, you know, I have to have a bit of patience, but eventually I'm gonna get there, because you will get there in the end. You will. You know, it's like an athlete. Athletes really like training. See the stage before you get to what you want as the training stage. So you're learning about you. You know, you're honing your skills, you're honing your craft. Some of you could be dating people, you're learning about different people. Is that the right person? I don't know. You know, what are the things that I want out of a relationship? What are the things I want out of a job? What are the things I want out of my creativity? This is the training stage. And then eventually when it's time to say do the nationals or do the Diamond League or the Olympics, then, you know, you're gonna be basking in the glory of, you'll see basically why you have been training. This is what I work towards. And again, it may not come in the order that you want it to come in, but it will come in that order. I will speak to you soon. The order that spirit wants you to have it in. See, I'm very tired. You can see, right? I will speak to you soon. It's been an absolute pleasure. If you like this reading, please let me know, and I will do this again. Because, like I mentioned before, I do want to do shadow work, videos on this actual channel as well. Because the channel's called Empath Butterflies, and again, I wanted to help people to evolve, bring clarity, help people to evolve from their past traumas, pains, as well as to empower and encourage. I'll speak to you soon. Absolute pleasure as always. Peace out.